Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Corner. Welcome to Art Regner's video blog for FoxSportsDetroit.com. And it is Friday, so it's time for our football picks. As you can see, I didn't do too well last week, so I've got my dashiki on, my good luck dashiki, and hopefully my fortunes will switch. Last week I was 2-3-1. The Nebraska-Penn State game was a push, and as you know, we count those as ties. So after going 2-3-1 last week, I'm now for the season 29-2, and my Karsh House Lock of the Week, I was wrong. I picked stupidly. I picked Indiana to somehow cover against the Wisconsin Badgers, and of course, Brent Bielema rolled up 64 on the Hoosiers at home. So Karsh was not very good. So let's hope that I can get better here as we do picks for Week 11. Up first, this was a game that was tough to find a line on. It was Michigan and Iowa. Because Denard Robinson's status is unsure, there was no line. And then one of the Detroit papers had it at 20, and today the Detroit Free Press had it as Michigan 17 over the Iowa Hawkeyes. Anybody who's been following my picks all season long know that I think that Iowa is a terrible football team. Whether or not Denard Robinson plays, it'll be an emotional day in Ann Arbor on Saturday. None of the Michigan senior class, and I believe there's 23 of them, have ever beaten the Iowa Hawkeyes. And I just think that Michigan rolls in this game for their senior class, and I believe that they will beat Iowa by more than 17 points. So I'm giving the Hawkeyes 17, and I'm taking Michigan. Over at Michigan State, another real curious game. Michigan State not bowl eligible yet, 5-5 on the season. If they don't defeat the Northwestern Wildcats on Saturday in East Lansing, they will go unvictorious at home against a Big Ten opponent this season, which is really, if you think about it, unimaginable considering the expectation level for the Spartans. Michigan State is 7 over Northwestern. I saw Northwestern last week in the flesh, so to speak, against the Michigan Wolverines. I really like Northwestern. I think that they can win this game. But I am going to give the nod to I'm going to take I'm going to take Northwestern covering the 7 points. I think Michigan State, because they need one more game to be bowl eligible, and certainly that could come next week against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. But I like Northwestern in the points, although I do believe the Spartans will win the game but not cover the 7. Notre Dame is at home again, and they're facing the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. They're a 24.5-point favorite. Eventually, I guess Notre Dame's really going to blow away an opponent. I just don't think it's going to be tomorrow. I know with USC looming, maybe they're looking at that, an undefeated season. A lot of good things happening for the Irish. I like Wake Forest. They're not going to win this game, but I like Wake Forest to cover the 24.5 points. Turning to the pro ranks, as you know, I'm growing my mustache, and sometimes it gets a little itchy, and it decided to right now my Movember stash, which really is not coming in very well. But time to get to the pros. Detroit is a 3.5-point underdog against the Green Bay Packers. I take Green Bay in this game all the way. This is a must-win for the Lions. Last week against Minnesota was. I think the Lions have been unimpressive. I don't know what's going on, but they certainly seem not to be a cohesive unit. I hope I'm wrong, but I like Green Bay in that game. Sunday night game is San Francisco hosting the Chicago Bears. Kind of a weird game since Jim Harbaugh had a heart procedure, but somehow he's going to come back on Sunday night to coach the team. Jay Cutler is out for the Chicago Bears. So the line that I have found, latest line has San Francisco 5 over Chicago. And so I am taking the 49ers all day in that game. So San Francisco giving the Bears 5. I like the 49ers. And then my Karsh House Lock of the Week. I am going back to the Big Ten. You know, I love picking Big Ten games. I usually am pretty good, but not lately. But I'm going back to the Big Ten. The Wisconsin Badgers are hosting the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ohio State certainly has a lot to play for since they only have 2 more games left this season. Saturday against the Wisconsin Badgers, and the next week against Michigan. I don't think they're going to be looking ahead, but I think that Wisconsin knows that they could really gain a national prominence if they can somehow knock off the Ohio State Buckeyes. For years, they seem to have the Buckeyes number, always play them tough. So my Karsh House Lock of the Week, and I know I've wavered on this game, but I'm convinced that Wisconsin's going to beat Ohio State Saturday afternoon in Madison by more than 2 points. So I take the Badgers over the Buckeyes, giving the Buckeyes 2. So quickly, let's recap the picks for this week. I like Michigan giving 17 points to the Iowa Hawkeyes. I think it's time for Michigan to roll tomorrow, Saturday, that is, in Ann Arbor. Michigan State 7 over Northwestern. I like Northwestern and the points, although I do think the Spartans, if the Spartans do win this game and they're capable of it, I don't think they're going to win by 7. Notre Dame at home hosting Wake Forest. 24.5 points is the spread. The Demon Deacons getting 24.5 points. I'm taking Wake Forest and the 24.5 points. Turning to the pros, Detroit is a 3.5 point underdog to the Green Bay Packers. I like Green Bay giving the Lions the 3.5 points. I hope I'm wrong on that one, but I just don't see how the Lions are going to win on Saturday. San Francisco hosting the Chicago Bears in Sunday Night Football action. As the line stands now, and this could change, San Francisco a 5-point favorite over Chicago. Two really good defenses going at it, but I like San Francisco in that game, especially with Jay Cutler not playing, giving the Bears 5 points. And then my Karsh House Lock of the Week, and it's a tough one, but I am going with the Wisconsin Badgers to defeat the Ohio State Buckeyes by more than 2 points. Ohio State a 2-point dog in that. I like the Wisconsin Badgers to defeat, as I said, the Ohio State Buckeyes. So there you have it. Those are the picks for Week 11. Right now I stand at 29, 29, and 2 overall. Can I get over 500 and stay? Boy, I sure hope so. Until we meet again, which will be Saturday afternoon after the Michigan-Iowa game, and hopefully we'll hear from Denard Robinson and find out exactly what the rest of his season as a Michigan Wolverine has in store, or what he will be facing. But it'll be tomorrow after the Michigan-Iowa game. I will see you live via the webcam from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Until then, have a safe and pleasant evening, everyone. I'm Art Regner. Take care. Bye-bye.